Caitlin Clark drops one-word praise on Fever Rookies Commissioner's Cup post as teammates rally around her stepping into Indiana a year after Caitlin Clark, Makayla Timpson had giant shoes to fill, and she took up the challenge with some real confidence. "Oh yeah, that's going to be pretty cool," Timpson said. "She's a great point guard, you know. She set the tone for the league last year. She had an incredible rookie season. I'm excited to play with her." It's safe to say that she has been translating that excitement into good performance on the court, especially since the Fever has been without Caitlin Clark, Damiris Dantas, and DeWanna Bonner. Take her performance versus the Aces, for instance. She and her #1 mentor and fellow Florida State grad, Natasha Howard, received the at State Farm assist of the game. Or look up the block she made on Chelsea Gray during the Commissioner's Cup battle that the Fever won. That move even brought out a raw reaction from Caitlin Clark, who couldn't help but leap in pure, unfiltered joy as she watched from the sidelines. Soon after, the Fever squad was posing and holding the Commissioner's Cup trophy in hand. And yes, the multifunctional trophy. Part award, part chalice. Thank goodness the Indiana Fever players managed to pose with it just in time, because not long after, it became the centerpiece of their locker room celebration filled with champagne. With Caitlin Clark saying, "Who's next? Is she 21? Guys, is KK 21? Is KK 21? And yes, Makayla Timpson was next. After sipping from the same trophy, she went ahead and immortalized the moment by posting that iconic victory photo with the trophy on Instagram. She captioned with a simple yet powerful, "Secured." That said it all, but almost, because the reigning rookie, Caitlin Clark, jumped into the comments to drop a single word. She wrote "dog" in the comments. Well, that word is the ultimate stamp of respect from a teammate. It is the basketball world's version of getting knighted, but Clark wasn't the only one to hype Timpson up. Other Fever players also dropped by to show some love and support. Sophie Cunningham went all heart eyes and wrote, while Brianna Turner said, "Yeah, KK." Fellow rookie Bree Hall wrote, "Go KK." And Aaliyah Boston went all out with a cute, big KK, not the little. This is not the first time that Aaliyah Boston has shown love online to the teammate. When the Fever franchise posted a video of Boston, Clark, Timpson, Hall, the 2023 #1 pick, shared it on her Instagram story, and wrote "bucket getters." Fortunately for Indy fans, it looks like the teammates are gelling well and the wins are stacking up, even without Caitlin Clark's presence. No Caitlin Clark, no problem. Losing Caitlin Clark was supposed to bury the Indiana Fever. For a while, it really seemed like it would. Just last week, everything was falling apart. They had fought hard for a big road win against Seattle on June 24, after 2 straight losses, only to get hit with one disaster after another. Fever waived DeWanna Bonner on June 25 because of an on-court fit problem. Caitlin Clark injured her groin, and in the following game, they choked away a late lead to the struggling Sparks, dropping to 7-8. That loss exposed their biggest flaw: poorly closing out games, even when Clark was suited up. It felt like this team was cursed. But then, out of nowhere, they flipped the script. Without Clark, Bonner, or Damiris Dantas, they ripped off 3 straight wins, including a huge Commissioner's Cup final victory over the Lynx, followed by a historic upset of the Aces that snapped a 16-game skid against them. Now, at 9-8, they have got mid-season silverware, a defense that has found its teeth, and a locker room buzzing with confidence. Here's the crazy part: Caitlin Clark being out didn't derail this team. In fact, it lit a fire. With her sidelined, players like Kelsey Mitchell, Aaliyah Boston, Natasha Howard, Lexi Hull, Arity McDonald, Sophie Cunningham, and Sydney Colson stepped up. They ended up proving that this roster isn't just a one-star show. McDonald, who started on a hardship deal, is now running the point in Clark's absence and just locked down a full-season contract. Meanwhile, Coach Stephanie White has pulled off 2 coaching gems against elite teams like Minnesota and Las Vegas. Her defense is shutting down top offenses, and her play calling has never been sharper. If the Fever can utterly dominate a team like the Lynx without Clark, what is the ceiling with her? That question's suddenly impossible to ignore. Sure, Caitlin Clark's fame keeps Indiana in the spotlight, but this surge without her is revealing the Fever's real strength. Something special is cooking at Gainbridge, and when Clark comes back, this team might finally deliver on the hype that has always been there.